Microphone checker. Yo, I just got my DraftKings swag. I'm feeling nice. Welcome to the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Bet bet 100 or bet $1 on any football game this week and get 150 any football game this week, get $150 in free bets when you use promo code PHNX. I am joined, as always, by the malnourished moneyline magician, the sad boy himself, Johnny Venerable. Johnny, how you feeling?
I would be feeling a lot better if the dormant Jags franchise had not blown a 14-0 lead at Cincinnati last night. I
Mm.
was boasting about yesterday on the program, if you tuned in, that I thought the Jaguars would win outright. Moneyline bet would have paid out handsomely for your boy. Sadly, they blew it again. They've lost 19 consecutive games. So I have my fine DraftKings sweatshirt on, tie-dyed approach here with my hood up in shame for this first segment because, damn it, Urban, figure it out. You've got Trevor Lawrence. He looked good at times last night. I still think they're going to come together and figure it out.
Yeah.
But that you were texting me. I was like, yeah, this is going exactly how I thought. And I was
Yeah.
ready to come load on the show, and that's not what's happening today.
Yeah, this is gonna be your he looks like somebody just said he looked like a Grateful Dead fan.
I feel
Thanks,
dead
RJ.
right now, dead
Um
inside. Jaguars.
this is gonna be your punishment every time you whiff on a pick like you did last night. I actually had my friend take a picture of me last night, and we're gonna pull that up right now. This is what I was doing after they lost. I was smoking that Johnny pack, enjoying a nice pumpkin
Oh
cold brew
my
in your
God.
honor.
I hate this show.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
kidding. I love it.
I had to make that before the show. It was just it was a blown opportunity if I didn't. Well, let's get into the games. Let's get into the picks. We'll
Yeah, let's
pull
do it.
yours up first because you had a nice 0-3 showing.
First of all, I also threw it in there last minute that I liked because I like the Jaguar money line. I like them to cover plus
To
seven
be
and a
fair,
half. So of
yeah,
course I
to be
don't get
fair,
credit for that.
yeah, to be
But
fair,
Jaguars,
you did
go
send the
ahead.
spread at first. So,
I did. And then I got arrogant and I said money line. I
yeah.
wanted that sweet plus 250. Could we put the graphic back up just real quick? Trevor Lawrence, for whatever reason, couldn't eclipse 243 passing yards. He was running around. He was making some nice throws, but none of them were in the end zone. So I missed on the over for TDs. Hopefully, that's not a bad omen going into this weekend. But I feel like I was close for all three of these,
For
and
sure.
they just the Jaguars just they were jagging off in the fourth quarter, and not in a good way.
It's just why you don't gamble as a profession, boys. Do it for fun like we do on DraftKings Sportsbook. Um yeah, as you were saying, I wish you could have just bet on Trevor Lawrence playing football well. I wish that was a prop because he did play
Yeah,
the sport pretty well.
he's
But you don't
like
get money for
he'll
that.
be fine. Even if
Yeah.
Urban bails and this team blows it up, he's gonna be good.
Hmm.
But they just when you and the Cardinals know about this. You have a culture of not winning. Dare
Yeah.
I say, when you have a culture of losing, it takes time. But I loved the matchup of Urban versus Zach Taylor because Zach Taylor is also a big time loser, but Urban was the bigger loser last night. I guess he went to the press conference and was like morally defeated and like his head was spinning. And it's just like,
Mhm.
Urban, come on, man, get it together.
My
Money, win me some money.
that was Jacob. My buddy, I went to Zips with my buddy last night, Nick, and he's not a huge football guy, but he started betting, sports betting a lot. And he was just cracking up over every time they'd cut to Urban Meyer, he'd be hands on his knees, head down. And
Yeah.
it wasn't great body language. But let's get off of the loser train. Let's go to the winners train. Let's bring my picks up. A nice 2 for 3. I love those under rushing yards. I think he had 4 total, just prime. And my James Robinson over rushing yards hit in the first half. I feel like a smart man yesterday, Johnny.
I mean, that's great, but you're not. It's great that you
Um,
feel that way.
all right, let's stop bagging on you. Let's get on to our picks for this week. Johnny, I'll let you go first. Let's try to redeem yourself. Here are your Sunday sweeties, as I called them this morning.
Yeah, these are some sweeties. Chiefs minus 6.5. They are going to rebound in a big way. I just can't envision Kansas City starting 1-3. That just it blows my mind. Andy Reid was previously undefeated with Patrick Mahomes in September. I don't think that's going to bleed into October in terms of their continued losses. They just brought in Josh Gordon. Probably tells you the state of their wideouts, but
Yeah.
I think they roll. I like the Lions +3 at Chicago. I think the Lions are playing good football, considering their talent level. I think Chicago, Matt Nagy could be fired by November.
Yeah.
That was a putrid performance last week in their outing against Cleveland. Jared Goff's going to be the best quarterback in that game. And then I do like the Colts +2 at Miami. I mean, I think that the Colts could lose that game, but just to start off 0-4, we know Wentz is playing. If you're Carson Wentz, first of all, I think he's lost like 9 consecutive games dating back to last year.
Yeah.
If you lose at Miami to Jacoby Brissett, that if you're the Indianapolis Colts, you might need to rethink moving forward. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
you've
the
made
state of that
such
team isn't great.
horrific decisions at quarterback. You're in quarterback purgatory. You don't have a pick next year. So to me, I just think that that's a must win game for the Colts. I think they win, and I actually like them to cover the money line the more I think about it.
Yeah, for me, that defense is too talented to not wake up at some point, the Colts. And if they don't perform well against hobbled, broken, frankly, just sad and sorry Dolphins offense, there's going to be some problems. You might see some firings coming soon. But speaking of firings, I'm going to fire on all cylinders this weekend. Pull up my picks. Vikings money line. They're at home. They're 2-point underdogs. They got the Browns coming into town. I just don't see the Browns coming to cold Minnesota and winning this game. The Vikings, to me, are a lot better than people think. Even though they exploded on offense against a frankly awful defense in Seattle last week, I still think they looked really good, and that was without Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is expected to play. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are still one of the best wide receiver duos in the country right now. So I like the Vikings to win that game outright. Next is the Titans. I mean, dude, I don't care where they're playing. They can be playing. They could play it on like the top of a mountain.
Wideouts.
What? Yeah, I know. I saw that AJ Brown and Julio are out, but I don't care. Frankly, I don't care who's playing the Jets. They're going to cover -6.5. It's the Jets. They are sad. Corey Davis revenge game, that might be sneaky. We'll bring that up later in props, but I just don't see them not winning by more than a touchdown. Derrick Henry is playing, and that should be all that matters. And my last one, Texans +17. They're playing Buffalo. They're in Buffalo, but the Bills haven't done anything on offense differently. They run the same thing all the time, and it's just going to take one schematic thing that the Texans can figure out, and they'll cover that easily. I like the Texans to be a sneaky halftime money line. I might sprinkle that. I think they might get out to a lead early.
They're much better coached than we thought.
Yeah.
We thought that coach was going to be one and done. He's getting his guys ready to go. They've got pros on that team. What I think you see with a lot of teams that lack talent, as the year goes on, guys get hurt. I think we see those kind of spreads come to fruition for the favorites late in the season. But early in the season, guys just have too much pride, and the teams are just still relatively healthy. So I'm with you. That line to me just sticks out. I wouldn't even touch that.
It's so many points. It's so many points. If you want points, and you want the points to translate to money, and you want the money to transfer into your bank account, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook, as always, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. Guys, it's been so fun. You see the merch. This is one of the comfiest hoodies I've ever put on, and my hoodie game has been lacking. Johnny, clearly yours hasn't, because my God, that is fire.
Everybody wants a piece of my shit when I'm walking around in this sweatshirt.
Whoa, phrasing. Bet just $1 on any football game this week after you use code PHNX when you sign up. Get $150 in free bets instantly. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable. It's DraftKings, baby. And the best part is you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. There's some BS apps out there that make you wait this waiving period. They're like, make sure this money's real. The money is real. They have the backings. It is DraftKings Sportsbook, and it is fantastic. But it is also only 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and $1 wager required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Johnny, we have a new sponsor, do we not?
We do, and the good news about this new sponsor. Well, first of all, let me just say another coup of this sweatshirt is it hides generally my hairy facade. I am a almost full-blooded Italian man at 5'6", but I have a full head of hair. I also have a full body full of hair. And our new sponsor that, if you didn't know already, Manscaped.com, is here to help individuals like myself get cleaned up, because I don't want to look like the Wolfman this Halloween, Shano, even though that would be kind of fun. So let me tell you, you get 20% off, free shipping, manscaped.com, using the promo code PHNX. That's 20% off, free shipping at manscaped.com. You can slay your worst pubes, or otherwise your chest hair, your arm hair. You can get cleaned up. I can go from looking like the Wolfman to the Mummy in 30 seconds if I need to. They've got so many different arrays of products. It is spooky season, and the best tool to offset that, and for me it's spooky season 12 months out of the year, is to utilize Manscaped and all of their refined trimming products. You've got the nose, the hair trimmer, any goblins or ghouls coming your way, zap them with it. But fantastic sponsor. We couldn't be more thrilled to have them on board along with DraftKings.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I haven't shaved in about a week. And the razors that I've been using cut me bad sometimes. So I'm excited for this care package to come in. I'm excited to use that lawnmower 4.0. Get your 20% off and free shipping with code PHNX at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com using code PHNX. So let's get after it. Let's talk about what we have in store for props. I'll go first here. I love my quarterback rushing props so much. I'm going to go back to it. Give me Danny Dimes over 22.5 rushing yards. Last 3 games, first game, 27 rushing yards on 6 attempts. Listen to these attempts. 9 attempts for 95 yards in week 2, 8 attempts for 39 yards. If he runs more than 5 times a game, there's no way he doesn't get to 22.5. So if there's no injuries in this game, Danny Dimes, that's a lock. That was almost my Deef and lock, funny enough, but it's not. And my other quarterback one I like is Jalen Hurts over 20.5 completions. Again, stats last 3 games. He had 27 completions, 25 completions, and then he had 12 in week 2, but that was an outlier game. I don't want to talk about that weird Niners game. But he throws the ball 30 plus times usually. I think he'll complete more than 20 passes. So those are my 2 props. Tasty nuggets, juicy props.
I'm lukewarm on them. Jalen had a tough week last week.
Yeah, he did.
They're so deprived of talent that I do think that he can get out on the edge, run around just because he has to, and that's usually a good recipe, especially if maybe they're down in the fourth quarter, which I think they will be. Just anything related to the Giants right now just makes me physically ill. They're at the Saints. I wouldn't. That franchise, to me, we dog on them weekly. It's because they're just so inept, and I wouldn't get close to them. But my props, on the other hand, are virtually guaranteed. They're not guaranteed, but virtually. Russell Wilson's going up against a Niner pass defense that is led by Josh Norman, who has, I think he's coughing up blood, and he's got a bruised lung, which is not funny. But what is going to be funny is what Russell does to a San Francisco team that I think are big-time frauds. Over under 1.5 passing TDs. I think he eclipses that maybe in the first half. In a must-win game, Seattle's looking at 1-2. If they lose, they're at 1-3, which I just can't fathom happening. And then Chase Edmonds. I had to mix in a homer pick here. Cardinals at the Rams. Rams are very susceptible to the run. Go look at what David Montgomery did week 1 for a bad Chicago team, went over 100 yards. I think the Cardinals, I think there's a good chance both James Conner and Chase Edmonds rush for over 36.5 rushing yards, which just so happens to be both of their props in that game. The Cardinals, to me, if they want to control the line of scrimmage, they have to get Kyler Murray in a rhythm where he's not feeling consistently pressured by Aaron Donald and company. And the best way to do that and neutralize them, the Packers showed last year in, I believe it was the divisional round against the Rams. You can run right at Aaron Donald. Where you get in trouble is if you get cute, like the Cardinals have been known to do, and pass on first and second down,
Yeah.
right? And then you're on third and long, and then he's able to tee off. The Packers in that game last year ran Aaron Jones right at Aaron Donald. And so, again, I'm not saying that you're ever going to be able to just take him out completely, but I like what Sean Cooler, Arizona's offensive line coach, said this week about neutralizing him. And I think that's what they're going to try to do this week. James Conner, very nice week against Jacksonville. Chase Edmonds has over 5 yards per carry to begin this season. I want them. They don't have to be run dependent and turn Kyler Murray into a game manager. But I do think that maybe like a 60-40 balance would serve them well. And I think they'll do that Sunday.
Yeah, I like them. One thing I don't like, who's our graphics guy? He spelled Russell Wilson's first name wrong. That was me, folks. I'm sorry about that. I was in a rush this morning. Okay, cut that out. Get that out of here. Before we go on to our locks, let's mention the lovely, lovely website that is gophnx.com. Because not only is there some sweet, sweet content, you can also get some sweet, sweet merch. And the ASU and U of A Beats just dropped 2 new shirts. They're both super fire. And we have a deal of the week for members. If you buy one of them, you get the other one 50% off, or you can get 2 ASU shirts, which you should do because, come on, it's U of A. The ASU one is super sick. The U of A one is, it's cool. It's U of A.
I have no allegiance to either school. I plan on wearing both of them.
Okay, that's fair. But in addition to the merch, you can find Johnny writing some saucy stories. Be careful. Parental advisory is suggested on Johnny's stories because it gets pretty graphic in those. Am I wrong?
None of that's true. I'm very professional. I don't know what that. My articles have a little flavor to them, just like you get here on Bets, but they're not parental advisory. But my most recent article that was just posted minutes before this show aired is what Kyler Murray, a victory would do against LA for him in terms of his status amongst the NFL elite, something that he is desperately yearning for, and as it relates to the Cardinals postseason prospects at the end of this year. So go check that out at gophnx.com.
So no parental advisory, maybe like wear like a bib because you can get sauce all over you when you're reading it. Is that fair?
No, not that either.
Come on, give me something.
None of your analogies are hitting.
Let's move on to the locks. Lock it up. These are our DraftKings pick of the week. We love doing these because we love throwing our money at it. So come back and circle back on Monday. We can go over what our locks were, and if they didn't hit, we're sad. And then if they did, we're happy. So that's huge, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to make money, and these are my money DraftKings lock of the week. Let's get mine first. I'm skipping over Shane. Let's go. Seahawks +3. Not only are they going to +3, but they're going to win outright. The money line. Again, Jimmy G versus Russell Wilson with the Seahawks season on the line, and they have no corners to speak of, that being San Francisco. Huge game. Tyler Lockett's back. DK Metcalf. To me, I think the Niners are emotionally spent after blowing that game to the Packers last Sunday night. Seattle has been told all week, you're eroding. This is it for you. So as much as I would like to see both teams lose, I think it's much more likely Seattle not only covers the +3, but parlay that with a little money line action. So that is my lock of the week. Lock it up.
I love it. Love it. So one thing to note though, DK was out, I think yesterday or today with a foot thing. And they still don't know about Eskridge if he's going to play because of his head. But Lockett's expected to play. I bet DK ends up playing.
He's gonna play.
But just to note, moving forward,
we're gonna eat on Sunday with our bellies. They're gonna eat against the San Francisco 49ers secondary.
With our bellies, how do you normally eat?
Well, we're gonna eat, and then it's gonna slowly make its way through the digestive system into our bellies. Our GM just stocked up a bunch of food in our lounge room that we will be partaking in.
Yeah, there's an Alexa in there, and I was making coffee and eating a Cliff Bar, just kind of dancing. It was pretty nice earlier.
If that's what we're going to be doing, then I don't want to do that. Then I don't want to hang out with you.
The Alexa operates the microwave? Wait, did you just say you don't want to hang out with me?
Well, if you're going to be dancing with a Cliff Bar, that's a little bit different than what I've got going on, during the early slate of games Sunday after our football show, which you should, by the way, watch 9 a.m. Arizona time on Go PHNX.com via
I'm
our YouTube page.
I'm I'm lost for words. That really cut deep. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll
The
retake
fact
it.
Okay. We'll talk after the show. We'll have
That's
our
fine.
nice little time.
That's fine. I'll retake
Back to the show. Give me my Deep lock. Pull it up there. Packers minus 6.5. I'm a big fan of 6.5 because a touchdown's a touchdown. The only thing that can screw you is the extra point. But the Steelers team is so bizarre to me, not only because Ben Roethlisberger is old, decrepit, and as you called him, a corpse, but they're in Green Bay. And it's an afternoon game. Did you see what Matt Canada said today? Or yesterday, maybe this morning?
Who's Matt Canada?
The offensive coordinator for the Steelers.
No.
So he said that we are not changing anything with the offense, which, as I said earlier today on the Coyote show, that means one of two things. It means either he's too stubborn to do anything and change something, which is bad, or they have instilled themselves with false self-confidence, which is even worse. So I really don't see that Steelers offense improving at all. And I think the Packers are juiced up. I think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are ready to go. And I think a 6.5 is going to be a cakewalk. I see them sleepwalking to 7-point victory.
Yeah, the Packers, to me, first of all, the NFC North is so bad. They're gonna, I think they're gonna coast. I think they could win like 15 games.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the downfall of the Steelers. I wouldn't say excited. I'm
excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
They're an
I'm excited.
Franchise. They're going to be stuck in QB purgatory. They're not going to have the top pick. They're going to screw around and win a couple games and have like the 6 or 7 wins on the season. And this QB class isn't great anyway. So like they're going to be dumpster diving next spring for a bridge guy.
Did you see that stat they pulled up of the combined like completions, touchdowns, interceptions from this quarterback class last night? It was insane. I think it was 11 touchdowns to 19 interceptions. They're 0-8. It's what the hell? The second coming.
I've said this. I don't know if I've made this point on this show or not, but I think it just speaks to Kyler Murray's greatness in 2019. That Cardinal offense in 2018 that Rosen had was statistically the worst of the last 20 years in modern day football. Kyler Murray comes in. They're immediately competitive. They're in every game. They win 5 games. He's the rookie of the year. And people downplay him and that season. And then everybody talks up this rookie class, for instance, and they're not even competitive. The Jets aren't even competitive. He's got 2 touchdowns, that being Zach Wilson, 7 picks. I think we are overly excited to anoint rookie QBs because we've seen it done at a high level recently. We get spoiled with the Kyler Murrays of the world.
Yeah. So Sunday, as you mentioned, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. we'll be in studio doing our football show, The Tailgate, as always. Johnny, do you want to take another shot of whiskey, or do you have another preferred alcohol? This isn't a question if you're going to take a shot before the show, because we're going to. But what would you rather drink, or do you want to stick with the whiskey?
Oh man, so another hard alcohol?
So it has to be.
Okay.
No, you can't take a shot of beer. I've seen you do that on the Cardinals show. It was terrible.
Maybe like whiskey's fine, or one day we should just do something really bad, like since it's
peppermint schnapps.
Sometimes it's a college throwback show because we do talk about college football first. Maybe like Rumpelmans or something that
peppermint schnapps
drink. Yeah, something dirty and gross. Fireball's great. I would do Fireball.
Oh no. Leah's gonna pick. She'll bring us something different on Sunday.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so if you guys watching haven't seen that show, it's very fun. It gets a little out of hand. There's some betting.
It's just an extension of this with our GM Saul, who just brings a completely different element.
Yeah.
Continually.
Yeah, it's a fun time. So 9 a.m. every Sunday, right up until kickoff. It's a good way to start the day. I know if I was somebody that indulged in sports digital media and watched it in the mornings, I would love to see my face when I woke up on a Sunday morning. Like from an outsider view, I'd love to see this. And you can see my entire body actually on the show.
We just lost all the viewers we had. And this show.
Okay, guys, download that DraftKings Sportsbook app. Make you some money. Follow us blindly. Be our minions. Let us know what you guys like in the comments or on Twitter. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. If you guys have any questions, my DMs are open. I don't know about the PHNX bets page. I don't know if I'm going to ever open those DMs, but my DMs are open at Shane DIEFF. You can follow Johnny Venerable at Johnny Venerable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So follow him there. I don't think his DMs are open because he's got a
They are.
kid.
They've always been open.
Wow. Okay. So ask Johnny any of your questions. Be nice to him. He's having a rough week.
My family's gone. I got
on vacation.
online. I got shamed
on
online for my my Coors Light chugging. I lost my money line bet last night.
And let's make it clear your family's on vacation. They haven't left.
They are. They went back to Illinois. I'm
here. Okay. Follow us at PHNX_bets. Tune in every day, Monday through Friday at noon, right here on PHNX Sports. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week. Peace.